Hello and welcome. My name is Eli, and in today's video I'm going to show you my latest completed camper build that I just finished for my client on her 2007 Chevy Suburban that you see right behind me. Now, I have done multiple Suburban builds that I featured on this channel. I have done the 7th, 8th, 9th, and 12th generation Suburban. Today you're going to get to see a 10th generation Suburban that has been built to a custom level 3 camper build. To learn more about the different build levels that I offer, visit www.horizoncamperbuilds.com. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started on the tour. Again, this is a 10th generation Chevy Suburban. The 10th generation ran from 2007 all the way to 2013. This is a 2007 model. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about the features of this Suburban. We're just going to go ahead and dive right into the camper upgrades. We're going to start with the exterior. There is an addition of a small roof basket installed on the roof, on the front part of the roof rack. And then right behind the roof basket, we have a 100-watt fixed solar panel on the rear side of the roof. This is going to charge a 100 amp hour battery that's installed in the engine compartment, as well as the driving battery, because we do have a smart isolator option. So let's go ahead and check out the camper build inside. This is a modular and removable level 3 custom camper build. It is currently secured to the SUV's floor. However, if you choose to remove this camper build, it takes up to 20 minutes, and you could reinstall the second and third row seats back into the Suburban to turn it back to a passenger vehicle configuration. The build that you see is unfinished, no staining or polyurethane treatment, but we did end up routing all the corners, creating very nice soft edges to prevent from injuring yourself, and everything has been sanded down to a very smooth finish. The client has requested that the entry point be on the driver's side, and she requested a nice flat floor area for her dog to hang out right up here. This is her large, I think it's a 50-quart fridge. Not sure what the brand of this fridge is, but she has requested that the placement of the fridge be right here in the front behind the passenger seat. And we do have anchor points to strap the fridge down while you're driving so it doesn't move around. Right behind the fridge, we have a little small bench. You could actually flip this bench over to create a sleeping arrangement for up to 2 individuals. Right below the bench, we have a very large open storage area with a backup power station, an EcoFlow, that you can use in addition to the fixed 100 amp hour battery and inverter that has been installed and integrated inside this build. I will also show you that a little bit later. Right up here we have 2 hatches. First one is open storage underneath. On this side we have another hatch that if I open it, I will have access to the electric compartment. Now, the 100 amp hour battery that I was talking about earlier is actually located in the engine compartment, but in here you will find a 1500 watt pure sine inverter, a fuse box, bus bars, and a solar controller that is connected to the 100 watt solar panel that is fixed on the roof. Over on this side we have a DC outlet as well as a 12-volt charger. Right below the DC outlet we have a control panel to turn on and off the 1500 watt inverter with a battery level indicator. And right below that we have an AC outlet, so if you go ahead and turn on the inverter you can use the AC outlet on this side, but we do have another one on that side. Here's the second AC outlet on the driver's side. This is where the fridge is currently plugged into. And we also have a DC outlet on this pillar. So we have one on the passenger and driver's side. Over here in the engine compartment, we see the 100 amp hour lithium ion battery, the secondary battery. The driving battery is all the way on this side, and they're both currently connected using a smart isolator. This smart isolator will automatically connect the driving battery to the secondary lithium ion battery. So if the voltage is high, the connection is automatically established, either through engine charging by turning on the engine and having the alternator charge both batteries, or if we have a lot of sun, the solar panel will actually make sure that both batteries are being charged. Okay, back inside the build, and over on this side we have two removable toppers. So in this current configuration, if you're using it as a full-size bed for two, you can use this area underneath as storage. However, if you want to set it up as a single bed and bench configuration, you can go ahead and remove the stoppers, place them on this side, and now you have a floor area. So what I'd like to do now is go ahead and grab the mattress, place it on this side, and show you what the setup would look like. Alright, so I went ahead and brought one of the two mattresses inside, set it up on this side of the bed. So now we have a single bed and bench configuration. Up to two individuals can hang out in this setup, but also we have this small bench that can also be used to be able to sit down and hang out. This mattress isn't very long, it's kind of short actually. You can get a longer mattress and have it extend all the way over here, or you can have tiny little cushions that you can place one on this side and then one on the back side for back support. Also, you can place some pillows or cushions on this area to create more of a back support. So let me go ahead and close the door just to show you how private this setup can be. We don't have any privacy on the windows, but the tent is super dark, so it can be very private, especially if the lights are turned off. Let me make my way over and sit on the bench on the mattress, and you can see I have plenty of room for my feet. In front of me, you see a shelf with plenty of space for storage, but I can go ahead and grab this shelf, flip it over, and turn it into a table or a counter. Plenty of space, maybe to place your laptop or have something to eat, and you can enjoy the view towards the outside from that rear window. Let me go ahead and flip this over, and the design of this side shelving unit allows for the use of the cup holders on the rear bezel, as well as a little cubby storage right here. You can remove this and be able to access the spare tire tools inside the bezel. Let me go ahead and show you some extra storage that you get on this side. Here we have a fixed shelf, and right over here we have access to the cup holders on the passenger side, and then there's more storage that you can have inside here as well. So this is what it looks like as a single bed and bench configuration. What I'd like to do now is go ahead and set it up as a double bed and show you what that looks like. All right, so I went ahead and set it up as a double bed configuration. So now we have two mattresses right next to each other. So we have a total of about 50 inches in width. And because these are short mattresses, this is only about 62 inches up to this point. However, if I grab this flip over bench configuration, now I have even more space, maybe place a larger or a longer mattress rather, and have much more leg room and sleeping room total. So what I'd like to do now is go ahead and open the lift gate and show you the rear part of this build. So I'm currently standing in the back by the lift gate. I went ahead and opened the lift gate to show you what the setup looks like back here. I did end up moving the mattresses forward to take advantage of that flip over extension that I showed you earlier, the bench. So by doing that, it's going to give me some room. I could, be set up in the outdoors. I can have the lift gate open and I could be standing here doing some cooking back here. We do have 2 outdoor use drawers that can only be accessed by opening the lift gate. Let me go ahead and show them to you. Okay, so this is the shorter one on the driver's side. It is on locking ball bearing heavy duty slides, and we do have a removable topper to allow you to access the content of this drawer. Over on this side we have another drawer that is double the size of that one. Also, it does have 2 removable toppers, and we also have a partition to allow you to increase the size of the drawer if you want to store some larger items. I went ahead and placed the toppers back on the drawers just to kind of show you what it would look like, if you're back here. Let's say you're doing some camping in the great outdoors, you have your stove maybe set up on, this topper. You can do your prepping on that topper. I mean, this is kind of like a nice little counter. When you scoot back the mattresses, you even have more flat area to work with. So this can be configured any way you want. You can maybe just use one of the drawers. You can have this one halfway open. The possibilities here are endless to be able to use this Suburban not only as an effective stealth camper, but as a great outdoor camper, through the back of the rig. So that concludes today's video tour on this 2007 Chevy Suburban Custom Level 3 camper build. I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. Until next time, take care and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.